Hello everybody, my name's Starrapter. Welcome back to another episode of This Week in Star Wars Canon. Every week I go over everything new in the Star Wars continuity, so this can include things such as the novels, the comics, the video games, and the TV series. And speaking of TV series, we got the Season 3 premiere of Star Wars Rebels. So, quick recap of what happened in this hour-long TV special. So basically, Ezra is learning more about the Sith holocron. He is kind of becoming more dark. He does some very questionable things. Then you have Canon on the other hand, who has been blinded by Maul. So he's actually going out and seeking help from this mysterious force wielder called the Bendu. Then we have basically Ezra leading this mission later on, where he's trying to get these Y-Wings, because now he's been promoted to a lieutenant, and he makes some questionable decisions, which do not lead to things that go very well. And finally, Thrawn learns about the location of what these people are doing, because Thrawn's brilliant like that, and he lets them go anyways. So that is basically the episode in a nutshell. Some things I really enjoyed about this episode were, first off, Ezra turning dark. I mean, he's got the new look, the new shaved head look, but he's also doing things that are so crazy, like the beginning of the episode with that ATDP, I think it's called, the Walker. He actually does a Jedi mind trick, but controls the driver of it to actually fire down at the stormtroopers, and then makes the thing plummet off the edge of the platform. Like, that to me was like, what? You know, this show is continually getting darker, but that is just really crazy. Like, we've never seen somebody in Star Wars just completely take somebody over to kill themselves. That was really, really intense. And like I mentioned before, he's making these brash, decisions. He's saying like, oh yeah, he doesn't even need Kanan anymore. So yes, Ezra is going down a path that he should not be going down. Also, the big blue man in the room is Thrawn, and he's back. He's been cherry-picked from Legends, and Lars Mikkelsen does the voice for him, and he is just like a cold, calculating tactician that I knew from reading the books. I read the Thrawn trilogy a while back, and this basically, this personification of Thrawn in this animated series is really just the perfect depiction of this character. I mean, he's got it down. He's just gonna let these rebels go. They'll have their little victory here, but he wants them to ultimately get lulled into a sense of security, and then he's gonna wipe them out. He says they'll be the architects of their own destruction. Like, that is just an incredible quote. Also, as I mentioned, the updated character models definitely look really cool. Hera's got a little bit different. The biggest one for me was Sabine. Like, she looks way older than she was in Season 2. She's got the different haircut. Kanan obviously has got the goatee now. Obviously, he's wearing a blindfold over his eyes. I really like the Easter egg. They mentioned General Dodonna and the Y-Wings, so that's like a very direct kind of Rogue One-ish kind of connection. Are they going to go to the Yavin base this season? I would really like to see that. But overall, I like this episode a lot. Now, this wasn't as great of an episode as Siege of Lothal, but I think this could carry on into the next couple episodes, which I've seen the descriptions of. We're going to get a next week episode on Maul kidnapping the Rebels crew. Then the episode after that, we're going to go into the defection of Wedge Antilles. And then the episode of that, they're going to go back to Ryloth to get something. So it looks like this season is not going to slow down. It's going to start very high gear, and it's going to keep going. I hope that, we get these really, really meaningful episodes and not too much filler along the way. I feel like Season 2 kind of left me, a little bit of doubt going forward. But yes, that was my take on the Season 3 premiere episode of Steps into Shadow for Rebels. What did you guys think of this season opener? Let me know in that comment section below. That wasn't all we had this week in Star Wars canon. We also had Star Wars number 23, so this is part 3 of the last flight of the Harbinger. So basically what happens is the Rebels have hijacked the Star Destroyer, and now we actually learned in this issue why they're doing that, because they have to get through this blockaded planet to bring relief to these rebel sympathizers. So Luke and Leia, you know, came up with this idea. They talked to Mon Mothma and General Dodonna and Admiral Akbar. So I enjoyed seeing those three characters. That was really cool. But yeah, in this issue, it definitely focuses more on the crew working on this Star Destroyer, because it's got, like, you know, Star Destroyer is massive, so you gotta have thousands of people to operate this thing. Whereas the rebels that have hijacked it, there's only like 100 or so. So they're trying to figure out like what they could do to maximize the efficiency with the number of people they have. Along the way, you have Han and Leia kind of bickering for who wants to be the captain, and then you have Sana and Luke kind of forming a sort of bond with them flying around in these TIE fighters, which is pretty sweet. And then at the end there, we get the tease of the Scar Squad, who has infiltrated the Star Destroyer, so the next issue is going to be insane. But my positives from this issue were definitely seeing Luke fly that TIE fighter. I thought that was really cool. We're constantly seeing new surprising things unfold in these comics. Also, as I mentioned before, the relationship between Han and Leia was just so genuine, and you got to see these guys bickering. You know, Jason Aaron has been doing an incredible job giving voice to these characters, these legacy characters, and you could definitely see, like, this is right before, you know, this reminds me of that scene from them in the ice caverns of Hoth when they're bickering, you know, about this and that. And you can see it here, and even Sana tells 3PO, like, oh, they're so madly in love because they're constantly fighting. And they even, like, go for a race. Literally, they're racing. Oh, yeah, whoever gets to the bridge of the Star Destroyer is the one that will be able to command it. So I thought that was kind of funny. Very childish, but, you know, kind of funny. I mean, the one thing that was hit or miss on this issue was the artwork. I felt like, at points, the characters were just so bizarre to look at, like especially this one with Chewbacca looked really nothing like him. I was like, what is this? But in other cases, the artwork really paid off. But what did you guys think of Star Wars number 23? Let me know in the comment section below. Guys, I just want to tell you, I will be at New York Comic Con next week. That is October 6th through the 9th. There's going to be 2 Star Wars panels that I know about right now. There's one on Thursday, Hasbro Star Wars, and there's one on Friday, Star Wars Writers Roundtable. It's going to have James Lucino, Charles Soule, Timothy Zahn, and it's going to be great. It's going to be awesome. I'm going to hopefully have some live footage of me walking around the floor and stuff and doing some, you know, thoughts on different panels I'll see. So in order to keep up with me, please make sure you go and follow me on Facebook. I'll be doing some live cam stuff on there. Follow me on Twitter, and you can follow me Instagram, all at Starrapter. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm Starrapter, and may the Force be with you always. Did you enjoy this video? Then make sure you go ahead and hit that thumbs up symbol. And if you like this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Subscribing to my channel will help me out, and it helps you guys out, keeping up to speed on all my latest content. Speaking of which, you can catch my weekly Star Wars show down over there. You can see a recent review I've done over there, and you can follow me on social media, Twitter @Starrapter, as well as Facebook.com/Starrapter.